the most common images of God in the Bible is of the occupation of a shepherd. And there are many examples of shepherds in Scripture. Sit, sit. You know my voice, don't you, Mr. Sheep? We begin with Abel, then we go to Moses and Rachel and Isaac and even Job and of course King David. Good sheep. That's a good sheep. And often the image of a shepherd is used to refer to God. And we see that in the beautiful psalm of King David, "The Lord is my shepherd." And Jesus carries that image through to a beautiful passage that he gives in the 10th chapter of the Gospel of John, in which Jesus says that he is the good shepherd. It's just a profoundly beautiful, moving image of the Lord. It's in John's Gospel, chapter 10. And here's what Jesus says. And this is a passage that reminds us of the power of God. Jesus says, "I am the good shepherd, and the good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep." Meaning you and I are God's sheep, God's beloved people. Jesus says that the way we enter the sheepfold, the pastoral place in the arms of the Lord, is through the gate. We can't come in by any other way. And Jesus is the gate. Jesus is the good shepherd. And he's here to take care of all of his sheep. And sometimes the sheep run away, and then the sheep come back, and Jesus is there to be with us. And just as Wally knows my voice, we know the voice of our shepherd. I want to draw your attention to this painting that's here. This painting hung in my grandparents' home all my childhood, and I thought it was an absolutely beautiful, beautiful painting. And it's of a dog crying out to the shepherd, saying, "Please come and rescue the sheep." Maybe my sheep will come back here. Wally, would you like to come back here? Wally? Wally, come. Come, Wally. You've been such a good boy. Come, Wally. Come, Wally. Let's take off. We'll just have a minute here. Let's take this off. You've been such a good sheep. Thank you very, very much. You've been a wonderful, wonderful sheep. Now you can go play. Thank you. That's beautiful. And I see that as such a painting that draws me into the heart of Jesus. And I believe that the dog is calling out to the shepherd to say, "Come, there's a little lost sheep here, and you need to come to rescue him, just as God rescues you and me." And I'm reminded of the words of Psalm 23, which is also our psalm for this weekend, in which we hear these words: "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, even at the toughest times in our lives, when we're surrounded by darkness, the Lord is with us." God never promised that everything would just be filled with light and joy and sunshine. We're going to have tough times. Many people are experiencing tough times right now through COVID-19. But the Lord is always with us. God's rod and God's staff, they comfort us. And we hear those beautiful words that surely, as we turn to God, goodness and mercy will follow us all the days of our life, and you and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. May this image of God as our good shepherd always be a blessing to us, and may we truly learn to hear the voice of our shepherd Jesus and turn to him at all times in our lives. Jesus said, I am the gate for the sheep, and if you enter by me, you will be saved. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep, which is exactly what Jesus did for you and for me. I pray that you and I will always know the voice of our shepherd. And when we're in those dark valleys and when we're in those joyful times, we will always turn to God and always feel the blessing of the Lord. Here comes our sheepdog back. I don't think he wants to be a sheep anymore. He wants to be the sheep. He's bringing me another staff. May God bless you on this weekend as we reflect upon the Good Shepherd. In the name of the Lord, amen.